Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swat around?
Cannonball!
Oh! Welcome to the show, everybody.
Woo!
You're catching us a week later
Yes.
from the last episode.
Have my beard grown in anymore?
No.
No, it's
But
not.
we just filmed that last week's episode 10 minutes ago.
Fair enough.
Welcome to the show, everybody. We are Cannonballing Life with Coach and Derek.
That's right.
MotivateWithCoachCamp.com.
Yes, SRP Studios LLC.com.
Cannonballing Life at gmail.com.
I was trying to get on the right time.
Facebook group, Positive Voices.
Positive Voices.
Join the
Join it up.
community.
Join it up.
Link in description. And Venmo donation contribution.
I like it. Do that. You
We
should
got
do
it
that.
in the description.
Yes.
We got Coach's Venmo link.
At Motivate with Coach Camp.
So
Do it.
we ended last week's episode with it because quite honestly forgot to talk about it.
Well, that happens.
But now on the front end, we're going to talk about it.
Yes. Try to throw it in there some. Hey, look.
So,
We're trying to do things, man. We're going to make merch.
well, that's
We need money for merch.
Right.
Merch will be awesome.
so the donations.
Yeah.
Like in the podcast space,
Uh-huh.
you try to monetize. Let's face it.
You should.
We are in a monetizing world.
Time is money.
You try to monetize anything you can nowadays because we're all side hustlers.
And
it's really a big
time's
thing
running
now.
out, man. You got to do
Time's running
something.
out.
You got to roll.
But then as a business, this is a podcast business as well.
It is.
You know, it's part of earning your keep, trying to make some money doing this is what I do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So I have other podcasts that are sponsored. Motivate with Coach Camp. Now, Mr. Coach Camp here has been really hitting the pavement
We're doing
and
it.
getting real sponsors for his show to help fund that for him now. So,
So true.
Alicia doesn't have to keep paying for it.
Yeah.
Maddie wants to go to college someday.
She might.
Stop dipping into that cookie jar. Right?
If they ever study, Instagram in class. I don't know.
Right. As we just last week we discussed oil communication.
We did oral communications.
So this isn't this tip jar, if you will, tip bucket, donation, whatever you want to call it. We're not trying to pay the light bill with it.
Mm-mm.
But we thought some people like to support
That's right.
monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to throw $5 our way in that Venmo link, awesome. And then as Coach and I discussed off air, we can let it build up and then maybe make a Cannonball shirt.
Make sure. I think, look,
Let's do some fun
we need
stuff
some
with this.
hats, shirts,
Yes.
and socks. I think you really go the next level when you start making socks with your emblem on.
Why did you skip over the underwear?
Well, because I don't wear them. Always forget about that.
I hit the wrong, but I mean,
okay.
this
Well,
all.
Yeah, I think a lot of
this
people
all-
are like,
this
that
all
was the
fits.
right button. What's it gonna do? Like, that's the right button. That's
It all fits.
There we go.
I wasn't expecting that, but don't skip over.
Trust
Some
me,
people
Alicia
are-
doesn't expect it either. And then she's
So-
like, I forgot about that.
Cannonballing Life hat, shirt, maybe a hoodie,
Oh, that'd
at
be
some
nice.
point.
With our, look, I'm telling you, the
underwear,
animated faces,
socks.
cannonballing. Wow. We're going to make that
hat,
picture.
shirt, underwear, socks. We're gonna have the full.
Eventually, we're going to graduate to a full three-piece suit with tie.
There you go.
I think we should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, and it's not cannonballing, but the tie can have like you and I like climbing a vine over the water in like a jungle over
With
the Amazon or
with
something.
A small terry cloth on. Yeah, that's it. That's
Well,
what
you
you're
don't.
talking about.
You don't wear underwear, so
Well, I know it's a terry cloth. It's different.
you'll be on the backside of the tie.
Thank you. That'll be fun.
But anyways, the Venmo link will always be in the description.
Yep.
We're going to mention it every week, much with his website, my website, email, Facebook group, and the donation link. Part of our intro, part of our non-scripted script. But if you feel it in your heart
I feel it.
to donate to this cause,
Always
because you
wanna
just
take a
love
nap.
the show so much,
So good.
we now have given you the avenue
Amen.
to do so.
Do that. It's good stuff.
Pet peeves.
Okay. Hey, I've got some pet peeves. Do you have pet peeves?
I do.
Most people do. Why do they call it a pet peeve? I don't know. Maybe somebody one day they named it
I don't know.
and then they started petting it.
This is my pet peeve.
I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to question that too much though, but I am going to say this. I have some, which is different than anger. All right. So we've beat up the idea of how road rage gets to me. We get that.
And
That's fine.
when you brought this to me, I was like instantly I
Yeah.
knew my
The
first
things that make you angry.
Well, the pet peeve to me translated to me having road rage because people don't use their blinkers.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's a pet peeve, but it's a little more extreme.
Yeah. It's extreme.
So now I'm having trouble thinking
Well-
because unfortunately, pet peeve to me immediately attaches to anger.
Well, here's how you can figure it out. If you're over there right now, because I did throw this at you, literally. So what time is it? 2:03. So is it 2:02 and 21 seconds when I threw this idea to you? So
That's right.
here's what I can tell you about a pet peeve. Think about something that every time it happens, you have to say something about it. Boom, there it is. You figured it out.
Okay.
So here it is at my house. I have a handful, and it's pretty consistent because I almost think that when a person knows that it bothers you, they want to do it more. It becomes a subconscious conscious moment, which is a double conscious. And two negatives make a positive. So doors left barely open. You go out the front door, you go out the back door, cabinet door, and it's just the crevice of it. It's not quite together.
Not completely
it's not
shut.
clicked, right? You need it to click in there. Drives me insane. Other one.
Okay.
This one.
I've thought of one too now.
This one gets me. Because I say this is thought-provoking. I want people to think about it. But then I'm going to share with you this one person, some of her pet peeves. And I don't want to say names. 2025, I'm going to try to do better. Just give initials. Alicia Camp.
Can you quit flinging that nasty fly swatter around?
It's coming after me. It's coming after me, y'all.
I love that sound so much.
Me too.
It's a part of our regular resident sound bank.
I woke up last night hearing that in my sleep. It was actually a dream called a nightmare. So this one gets me, and I think they know it. Empty bottles. Empty bottles of shampoo or soap, or empty canister in the pantry or in the refrigerator, empty ketchup. It's empty. And I know it's not Alicia, don't get me wrong. That's not her. It's going to be the kids 100% of the time. My question to all the children out there, when you see the empty container, have you been told that if you put it back where you got it, magic fairies come and refill the container? I'm going to say no, that's not how that works. You actually have to. Now, look, I understand we live in a green planet. Recycle. I'll use that word. We're going to go big this time. Recycle it if it's a recyclable, or throw it away. Whatever you don't do is put it back.
Yeah.
You don't put it back in the cabinet. You don't put it back in the refrigerator. You don't put it back there.
It's
But
done.
yet, I have to tell, and I'm not going to say names for this one, 27-year-olds at camp. You have 15 shampoo bottles in your shower.
Yeah.
How many of those have anything in it? None. Is this a collector's market?
Trash.
Is this something that if you save up enough of, then you win a trip somewhere? Because I don't know what we're doing up here. So that is a pet peeve. And I think that now it's almost purposeful that they don't do what they're supposed to with these things. Last thing, this is just my last one, and this is like one of mine, squeaky sounds. In particular, I have rubber mats in my truck. You get in, if you got wet feet, and you step on it, that squeak sound. Man, it almost takes my breath. And my daughter knows it. Now, she doesn't do it on purpose. She'll do it, and she'll look at me real fast, as if, oh, did he hear it? And I'm over cringing. I'm cringing. But the part she does do is she'll drink her like Gatorade bottle and suction it and then let go, and pow, and it pops. I've learned to combat that with making sure every time we're in public, I have the volume on my phone at full get it, and then I will pull up videos on purpose. So it's super loud in a doctor's office or something, and it just makes her just like cringe to death. So a little bit of playback on that.
Now, we established that these pet peeves did not have anything to do with anger.
Not anger,
You
but
sound pretty mad.
well,
at all
I
of
would
these
say
things.
it startles me.
You sound
Irritated.
pissed off.
Well, not as much as if you cut me off.
Oh, yeah!
If you cut me off now, I've got to throw bottles out of my window at you because I can't take it anymore.
As you tell me,
Yeah.
you might throw the F-bomb out there here and there. But ladies and gentlemen,
But that's only in a driving scenario.
that's what I'm saying. That's the level of anger the road rage brings you to.
Never because there's an empty bottle.
No.
No, that's not
to
gonna
the,
bring
to
that
the
to me.
road rage
Sure.
level things.
Sure.
To let the audience know, I've known you over 2 years now.
Over two. Go on
And we
three.
spent a lot of time together. We've become very close friends. We work together a lot.
Yeah.
We know each other very well. I have
story.
never, not one time ever, have I ever heard Coach say any cuss word, period. I don't even think I've heard you say damn.
No, I haven't.
Nothing.
Well,
Zero.
unless I was talking about Arca Butlers.
Right.
It had a crack in it once.
But when you tell me that you got so mad you said the F word,
Yeah.
that is a next level.
That's whenever the
Anger.
screws are starting to pop off and all the steam is coming up. She's doing that part.
And I can't wait to see it someday.
My classroom saw it once.
When I finally, at some point, I'm sure at some point, I'm going to hear you say the F word.
Yeah, maybe.
and it's going to be so shocking to my system. To
It
hear
probably will be. It'll probably be me.
come out of your mouth.
Shocking to me, too. No, my class heard it once.
Yeah.
My class did. I'm very calm, cool, and collected, but I love people and I love my students, but they're all grown-ups-ish. And, man, there was one class. They had tested me all semester.
So F-bomb?
I did.
How many?
I don't even know. I blacked out. I just started going crazy. I just like, you remember Ralphie in Christmas Story where he jumps on Scott Farkas?
Yeah.
And all the kids are like, oh, did you hear what he said?
Yeah, to us, we hear mumbling.
Yeah. I literally went to my boss and said, I may be fired. There's that. And then I went to my office.
Just letting you know, there might be a complaint or two.
Yeah. But the truth is, the students knew it was warranted. They did. Even the ones I wasn't yelling at. Later, they all, mostly all apologies, even though there were a lot of them that were not guilty of the situation at hand. I won't go into details, but the point is it wasn't like I'm just walking around doing that. They set it off on the left jaw, set it off on the right jaw.
And it must have been even more impactful because it was so out of the ordinary from you.
So out of the ordinary. In fact, the other instructors that were in the class with me, that have worked with me for 6-7 years, they didn't say any words for a few minutes.
Yeah,
it was very quiet.
They know you're pissed.
It was a Bobby Knight coach moment. Yeah. Chairs could have been flying. Anyways, I'm not that guy, but I can be. But then the pet peeve thing just kind of came up, and I thought I would ask you about some of that. And then I want to share with you what a good friend of mine, A Double Dog Camp, has. Double Dog Camp. I find these comical. And to the point where I said that, people sometimes subconsciously, consciously will do.
Double Dog Camp?
Yeah, it's Alicia. That's her street name. She goes by that.
Can you quit flinging that nasty fly swatter out?
She's going to hate us, but then really you for giving this to me.
Oh, I've got more coming.
Can you quit flinging that nasty fly swatter out?
I'm telling you right now, if there were
such a funny sound.
If there were cameras set up in our house and a live stream going, I don't even know how many billions of people are on this planet, but they would all be watching.
I have unlimited bank space now in my Sound Lab app here.
Fill that thing up.
So keep recording things at your house.
Trust me,
that is as good as this.
Can you quit flinging that nasty fly swatter out?
But it is going to be good. It's funny that you say it because Maddie Camp is covert. You got to watch her.
Okay.
She will stoke the fire to get you to talking about something and then silently be recording you.
Ooh.
I'm like, bro, got CIA bullcraps going on there, dog.
Then Alicia, wink, wink, coach isn't hearing this right now. It's just you and I here. You start recording things too and text them to me.
Derek, do you think there's anything I say
that will embarrass him
that I don't say here? There's no way to do anything more.
That's all. You put it all out there.
I can't. There's no other sections.
You put it all out there. Well, my pet peeve stories won't match up.
Oh,
because you came
loaded.
But one thing,
it's not competition.
I'm seriously not going to mention names because this will embarrass this person. But, because this person will know exactly that this person is being talked about.
Okay.
There's two ways to put a roll of toilet paper on the thingy.
Preach.
The spinner.
Yes.
Okay. There's the right way.
Agree.
Which goes cascading over the top.
Pull towards you.
Cascading over the top.
That's the way it works.
Hangs right there in front of you.
Yep.
And then there's the ridiculous way.
Nobody makes sense.
Where it's behind.
I don't even know how that happens.
So I will fix it. When I see it the wrong way, I make it the right way.
Thank you.
Even if I'm at a restaurant bathroom or whatever. Well, some of those you can't because you need a key and
get management. Sir, y'all's it's backwards.
Can I see your manager, please?
Exactly.
And they're like, sir, is everything okay? How's your food been? The service is great. Food's delicious, but the toilet paper.
Y'all got to do some stuff.
We got an issue there.
Let's get in there.
But you mentioned empty bottles. We filter. I have a Brita gallon thing. I don't have the one that connects to the faucet. Yeah. No, you just fill this jug up and throw it in the fridge, and it filters, and it's wonderful. It works amazing.
Sure.
I've used the same one for years. Of course, I changed the filters, but it's amazing. It's amazing, and the water is delicious, especially when my daughter empties it out, puts it in the refrigerator before putting more water in it to filter. So I need some water, open up the refrigerator, look, and completely empty.
Yeah.
So we've had that conversation before. I'm like, Skylar, when you empty it out,
Yeah.
Take the top off,
Put water in it.
pour some water in there,
That's right.
put it back in the fridge. So little things like that.
Yeah.
But if I had
But that's
to,
a
if I
pet
could
peeve.
sit back and think about some pet peeves, I could easily come up with 1,000.
Well, we all have a bunch,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
those are the ones that really stand out to me. Now, speaking of the toilet paper, what about whenever it's empty and there are fresh rolls
Yeah, there's that.
in arm's length
Mhm. There's that.
and it doesn't magically get put on there?
Mhm.
Or the garbage can
Oh, here's a really good
that's
one.
4 inches above the top and it's like, what are we doing? Is this a game?
Here's a better one with the toilet paper.
Mhm.
Empty.
Mhm.
The person found the energy to get new roll of toilet paper
Stick it on top.
and just lay it right on top.
Boy, have I seen that one.
So you can
I got totally related.
undo the rod thing, put it away, trash the do, put that to this. That makes sense when I said do. Do you know what a do is?
No.
It's usually for the paper towel roll.
Oh,
It's the longer
that's
version.
a do.
Yeah, so before you use the last paper towel, now it's just the cardboard roll.
Mhm.
You throw it in the trash. Well,
Sure.
no, you put it to your mouth and go doo-doo-doo.
Oh, it's a trumpet.
Mhm.
How nice.
So the toilet paper roll can be a little doo-doo-doo, and it's
Okay.
a shorter one.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
nice.
called it the doo-doo-doo roll.
Fair enough. Some people call it a gerbil roll.
I feel
don't
like
know why.
I've
That's
taken
weird.
this podcast completely off the rails.
Not necessarily. Maybe it's on the do.
Doo-doo-doo.
So, all right, I want to talk
Can
about
you quit
that
slinging
woman.
that nasty fly swat around?
that's the one that's going to be the star of this pet peeve show.
Okay.
So here's the deal. There are a few things that people are universally pet peeved about. I think you named off some. I named off some.
Mhm.
These are unique to the individual.
Okay.
So, this person, AC, A double dog. We pull into any parking spot. Walmart, we'll just go with that. Every time we get out, it is you're crooked as a snake. I'm telling you now, I make such a point of it. When I get out, I start taking things and I measure and I'm like 6 inches. And I go back to the back tire, 6 1/4. You're right. I am crooked. And I'll start yelling.
As
I'm
a
crooked.
snake.
As a snake. Quarter inch off right here. I am. My bad. That's my bad, y'all. So
Crooked as a snake.
I gotta ramp that up. Another one. Man, don't make a post and it not be grammatically on point. I'm talking commas. If you throw a semicolon in somewhere and it does not belong,
And you're reading a post.
no, I'm writing it and she reads it.
Oh, so
She ain't going through
she's
Facebook.
reading your stuff.
She's
Yeah.
not worried about other people's inability to be grammarly correct or spelling correct.
Right. So she reviews every description you've written for every episode
Yes.
for the Motivate with Coach Cam podcast.
And I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. Because after about the third one and me getting berated, I just started writing and be like, proofread.
Thank
Done.
you.
And then here's the best part. So it's like, so you got the parking, spelling, grammar. All of those things are very crucial in her world. But she's not a good teacher. She has her areas that she has her particulars, but then she's not a good teacher. Let me tell you why. Here's the deal. Paramedic school. I'm going to give you an example that I can relate to so it's relatable. Here it is. They're starting an IV. I show them how to do the IV. They go to do the IV. They suck at doing the IV. And I'm like, oh, you're not doing it right. You got to do such. I'm like, this is how she. So it's like if I misspell or have bad grammar, it's not, no, that's supposed to be a this and then a that. It's, oh, no, you got to do it this way. And it's supposed to be like this. I'm like, you fix it, but then you like beat you down. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to beat you down for being stupid.
And then, but no, teaching. Like, this is why
It's a rough teacher.
you need to put a semicolon here.
Drill Sergeant A-Dog.
I don't know ever when to use a semicolon.
No,
I have no idea how to
I
use
just
that.
put them in occasionally just to make it look good. Yeah. So, anyways, those are the pet peeves. Those things kind of came to me.
Crooked
I thought
like a
they'd throw it
snake.
at you. Yeah, crooked as a snake.
As a snake.
As
Not
a
like a snake. That's
No,
a different
that's a
statement.
different moment.
Words matter.
Yes.
Crooked like a snake.
I got news for you. Trust me, they matter in this stuff.
You're not crooked like a
Believe
snake, but
you
apparently
me.
you park crooked as a snake.
Yeah, but
Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swat around?
So you're telling me she has a southern accent?
it seems like it.
Crooked like a snake?
Yeah.
No, as a snake.
Crooked as a snake.
I'm gonna
Crooked
calm
as a
down.
snake. Yeah. Hey, look, one of the pet peeves that come to my mind just pops in my head that my parents had, and her parents, and probably everybody that's over the age of 65 had. Nobody went to bed with dishes in the sink.
Mm.
That was the thing. Like clean kitchen before you go to bed. It could be 3 a.m.
I go back and forth with that.
Yeah.
I like waking up to a clean sink as well, but there's times where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow.
My whole thought is it ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So if it's 8:30, which is close to my bedtime, them dishes going to sit still for a minute. They ain't going to hang out. But I remember that used to be my mom's pet peeve, and probably Alicia's mom, all those elderly folk. In fact, they didn't even use dishwashers. They just hand wash all that stuff.
That's what I do.
Even it's
just me and my daughter.
Yeah.
But even when LaShawn's over and we have more dishes, she helps with the dishes. She likes doing dishes.
Okay.
She's always helped. She's very helpful.
Sure.
Of course. She's a good person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like hand washing.
Yeah. Well, I struggle just to unload it. So I was like, I'm going to stand up here and wash these things all day long. But yeah, we have a lot of people coming and going. Maddie's friends are like 5,000 deep sometimes. I'm like,
it's a lot of kids.
Well, these people's a lot of footprints all of a sudden. If something happens over here, nobody's going to know who did the crime. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's too much stuff.
What's going to happen is later today, I'll be driving and 5,000 pet peeves will hit me.
Oh.
I should have talked about that one. I could have talked about that one.
Yeah, just go Facebook
But
Live.
I'm kind of going blank right now.
Just share it all on Facebook Live immediately.
Well, let's talk about blinkers. Why can you not use the turning signal? Non-blinker users out there.
They own the world.
We're all in this together.
We are.
Are we not, Coach?
I think we are.
We're in this together.
I believe we should be.
And something as simple as, your left hand should be at 10 o'clock, right? 10 and 2.
Most of them.
Right.
Depends on what time zone you're in, but yeah.
Yeah. Right there under your pinky, there's this lever sticking out.
Pop it down.
If you're taking a left-hand turn, just boop, push it down.
That's it.
Now, a little trickier.
What
If
happens?
you're taking a right-hand turn, you're going to take that pinky and hook it underneath.
Oh, snap.
Lift up.
What about if they're not strong enough?
I mean, I guess there's always going to be situations where people are not.
Get a designated blinker person.
Maybe.
Have your partner stick their arm out because you can do arm signals.
It's not hard, people.
I didn't think
you can do it with your pinky.
Yeah, you could.
Your pinky. Now, if you're missing your pinky, if you don't have fingers, well okay.
Just keep going down the list.
There might be some issues.
So you get one.
You can take your wrist and
whatever it takes.
Slam it up.
It's not hard.
But when I am trying to pull out of the Wendy's, we'll just say, pulling out of Wendy's anywhere, and I want to go left out of Wendy's. The car coming to my left.
They could let you know something.
Right. You could have saved me some time if you would have put your blinker on, and I could have gone.
Here, have you ever had this moment where a person has their blinker on, but their turn is one step past you, and you start to pull out, and then you're like,
Yes, and that's why I don't trust anything now.
You can't.
So when the person does use the blinker,
it's hard to know.
I'm timid.
Unless I see a serious braking action.
Timid.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, so I'm like slowly doing it. Also, this is very hyper-local, obviously, but to tell this story to you, to paint the picture for you.
People know all over
We're going down Mackinvale to Commerce.
Okay.
Right? And take a right on Commerce. You got that merge, right?
I know which one
right
you're
there
talking
at the
about.
Walgreens.
Yep.
Well, people coming from the other direction on Mackinvale, they're taking a left on Commerce, right?
Yes.
So when you take a left from a 2-lane to another 2-lane, if you're in the far left lane and you take a left, do you stay in that far left lane to where you're turning to?
Well, it feels like you should.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes you you're taking, you're moving to that furthest up lane.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It does.
I'm sorry if it
makes perfect sense. No, I know what you're saying.
So when I'm trying to merge heading south on Mackinvale onto Commerce, and I see the people turning from the northbound of Mackinvale onto Commerce, I don't trust that they're going to stay in their lane.
You shouldn't.
So I'm going to sit there and wait. I know people behind me are probably upset, like you honking.
Yeah.
Because the people that are turning are using the right lane. I could have gone, but I don't trust any drivers out there.
Look, if you want to know about people not staying in their own lane, just go to social media.
Yeah. Listen to last week's episode.
I mean, nobody stays in their own lane. My favorite are the people that don't stay in their own lane, and every post that they have is passive aggressive.
Yeah.
You know they're talking about something, but they ain't really saying it, but they saying it. Yeah. I love those.
And what's really bad is when your daughter catches you not using your blinker.
And you've complained about it.
And I just want to kill myself. I'm just like, oh my God. And I get mad at myself. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
I did miss the blinker pulling out of Dunkin' Donuts. You're right.
Now, I've been
and
that
I hate
guy.
it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I really do hate it.
I have been that guy where I've made the mistake that I complain about, but then I will, if I'm aware, conscious in the moment, I will make the hand gesture of, that's my bad. I'll even say words, even though I'm not really saying them. I'll mouth them, so hopefully they can read my lips. I'll be like, that's my bad. Look, I'm the one that was stupid.
Yeah.
I'm owning the stoop. I'm owning it.
Well, this is how I reconcile it.
How do you do that?
Regardless if anyone noticed or not. I don't use a blinker.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, all right. The next time I see someone not using their blinker, I'm not going to cuss them out.
Oh.
I'm just going to let that one slide.
You're paying it forward.
Even. You get a break, you.
Yeah.
We're even. I'm not going to get upset at you. And then after that one, game on again.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's one way to do it. I just beat myself up.
I'm a good citizen.
Fist fighting. Yeah, well, you're passing it on. It's like, what is that guy doing in his car? Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about he beating himself up right now. Shoot.
But in the world of pet peeves with those little things, blinkers. That is always my number one.
Yeah. Because
it's so useful.
I don't want to get on the...
It's a great way to communicate with your fellow drivers.
It is.
It's critical. It's so easy to use.
Yeah, I can't go down the road rage things. I don't want to get my blood pressure up and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to talk about all that.
Your blood pressure hasn't been up already?
No.
Oh, wow.
I feel really good.
Can we get you to swear on the show? That'd be fun.
I can't do it. Nate Bargatze. You know this guy?
Bargatze, yeah.
Bargatze.
Great comedian.
I stopped a little short. I should have kept going.
Great
comedian, never cusses.
Nope,
and he
clean.
was with, God, what was it? Kevin Hart, maybe? And somebody else. There was maybe his Key
and Peele?
No, but it was, God, I can't think of the guy that was in the skits recently on Saturday Night Live with Nate. That was doing like the George Washington thing. He's the black guy. God, I can't think of his name.
Kenan Thompson.
Yes, Kenan Thompson. Mm-hmm. Him and Kevin Hart were doing a thing with him, and they were trying to get him to cuss. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. Yeah. So it's like, once it becomes your thing too, that's your thing, that you don't do that, you really don't ever want to do it.
Growing up, did your parents swear?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
No, they didn't.
That's a big part of it. You know, I grew up in,
Swearville.
Coming out of the womb, F-bomb. I heard it immediately. And was raised that way.
Sure.
And honestly, my kids, we didn't censor them. That's how I grew up. That's how they grew up. People use it.
Well, I work in an industry. Well, I worked in an industry where every other word, that's how you formulate a sentence, actually. There's versions of the same word that's either a verb, a noun, a conjunction. I don't know how that works. But
conjunction, function.
I think so. And so military, fire department, that's what you do.
And you here?
Well, to a point, yes.
I don't hold back.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard me say the F word?
How long ago?
Over the last 2 years.
Oh, 27 times.
27, my butt.
Yeah, there you go.
But in the world of stand-up comedy, that's a thing.
It is.
Clean or blue is what the terms.
Is that it?
So if you go blue, if you work blue, that means you're swearing, or especially if you're talking sensitive information, sensitive topics, going blue. Clean makes more sense. Clean. Another great one, Brian Regan. Great stand-up comedian.
I don't know him.
Works clean, as they say.
Okay.
And it's a thing because the clean comedy can be looked at. I'm not speaking for stand-up comedians. I am not one.
Yeah, me either.
But there is.
I'm so clean. My jokes aren't funny.
Let me just say, some comedians don't know how to use the swear words.
Inappropriately timed.
It's a bit much. It's a crux.
Yeah, it's one of those words.
Dooba dooba dooba.
It's a crux.
Okay.
You're the only you need I need to talk to.
And it doesn't add. Where the ones that are dirty, blue, whatever, they know how to use that F word. Yeah, they can punch it in. Some, it just turns into noise.
Yeah. So
the clean comics don't have that to lean on, and sometimes can be looked at. You have to write differently.
Mm-hmm.
So when you listen to Nate Bargatze,
he
doesn't need to drop the F-bomb to get a point across.
He's a great storyteller.
He's a great storyteller.
Yeah, he knows
Brian
how to walk
Regan,
it in.
Storyteller. These guys,
That's right.
You got what's his name? Old school one-liner, Stephen Wright.
I thought you were going to say Andrew Dice Clay.
Well, but he's not clean.
Oh, that's not clean. That's true.
But Stephen Wright didn't swear. I don't believe.
I don't.
It was pure joke writing.
I don't remember any of it.
Pure joke writing. So I didn't mean to go off on the tangents on that, but
But it was.
I love
important to you.
following stand-up.
Well,
comedy.
Bill Cosby, and we know that he had other areas. He had other areas, but he was very.
In fact, this is
that
one of
is
his
true.
characters.
Fat Albert.
That was Mushmouth.
That was Mushmouth. I love that guy.
Yeah, but
He said everything I understood.
the Bill Cosby thing is interesting because I do follow a lot of stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
comics, their podcasts, all the different things.
You didn't show up at one event.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I didn't make it.
I do.
Well,
It wasn't funny.
I wish I would have been there. It would have been cringe because it's just my buddy up there hurting. You know.
You could have thrown in suggestions. You could be like, "Hey, say something funny.
Hey, let's walk off the stage.
When is it gonna start?"
The Bill Cosby thing is rough for a lot of comedians because he's so many comedians number one.
Yeah.
So many comedians that we know now started because of him. He was their GOAT, greatest of all time, their idol. They modeled, and then turns into a monster.
I don't want to pull this layer too far back,
Yeah.
but it sounds like Hollywood's had that problem because we got the whole Puff Diddy thing.
It's a lot of stuff going on right
stuff in
now.
the background. You get into that cesspool of crazy, man. There ain't no
It's
telling. You gotta
opening up.
really. I'm saying this controversial. This will get controversial. People have their opinions. I don't care.
This
But
is the
it's-
most controversial this show's ever been.
maybe I don't know. I've talked about penises once before, but
Last week.
yeah. So turns out, you know what? But here's one that actually does shock me. Now, people might refute this and have some kind of example, but honestly, I just haven't seen it. That tells you how either good you have to be or clean you have to live to be someone as high profile. I'm going to use the word as our now current president, Donald Trump. Rich billionaire, years in the limelight. He hasn't been, maybe suggested, but I haven't seen any ties. Now, that could be cover-ups. But I haven't seen anything with him with Puff Diddy and the Erstein. What was that guy? Erstein, the guy that didn't kill himself, that killed himself. What was his name?
Jeff Epstein.
That's the one.
Jeffrey Epstein,
That's
and
the
then
guy.
Harvey Weinstein.
You got
Hollywood.
all the steams.
Well, Trump had his scandals in the first
he
election.
did. Yeah, he had scandals, but not to, he had a stripper scandal.
No.
You're a billionaire. Who ain't got like a list? I'm not saying it's okay.
He's not going to
Just
parties with thousands of bottles of baby oil.
That's what I hear. And now it makes sense whenever Maddie was born. I was like, where's all the baby oil? We can't find any.
Why is it all sold out?
Everybody has all the
What
baby
catastrophe is going on?
I know. Something's very slick somewhere. So I'm just saying.
When COVID hit, it was toilet paper and not baby oil. Plenty of baby oil left over.
Apparently so.
You could not buy hand sanitizer or toilet paper.
Isn't it funny, though? I want to hit on that real fast. How much time we got?
A few minutes.
That's a great point. That is a great point, though. How do people decide what the catastrophe item is that they need? We had never faced a COVID before, but suddenly somebody somewhere said, my butt will be clean when this thing's over with. And all the toilet paper disappeared.
Hoarded.
Now, the hand sanitizer, it makes sense. Germs, sanitizer. All right, get it. But your butt, are you concerned about getting COVID from the butt? I didn't know what was happening.
I don't know if they thought it would be a disease that was more
anally given.
The bowel.
Oh, wow.
Viral.
I don't know. But
Poop stuff.
That's what took place there.
I
And
don't
then
know.
we just had a snowstorm recently of past months. And milk and bread. I'm like at the store. Seriously, I'm not even joking. I'm up there getting my normal groceries because it's normal grocery day of the week. And I'm like, where's all the milk and bread? And then it dawns on me. 3 days from at that time, 3 days from now, they're saying we're going to get snow. Of course, you've got to rush to the store, get all your milk and bread, because if the world comes to an end, you can at least have milk and bread to survive.
Eggs, too. So French toast.
I guess so, yeah.
Milk, bread, eggs are the three that run out immediately.
I got chicken, so I don't think about the eggs yet. But
So reference, though, we live in the South, to the listeners out there. So when it does drop 6 to 8 inches, it doesn't get cleaned up. We don't have the tools.
Nope.
And more often than not, it stays freezing temperature-wise. So, we get shut down. We get shut down for days and days and days. No school will get the whole week of school will get canceled until that stuff starts melting off and chipping away. This one was different because it never got frozen temperature-wise enough to snow, but then it was constantly just melting.
Pretty much 24 hours. It's gone.
And
But it does bring up an interesting point. What if, now this is something I want to the viewers to send in stuff. This just happened right now at 2:32 p.m. This just happened. If it is becoming a snowstorm, you're from the South, milk and bread are your go-tos, and we'll even throw eggs in. What if you are gluten intolerant, lactose intolerant, and allergic to eggs? What do you buy? How do you survive?
Lactaid or almond milk.
Oh, you're answering this. This is
Well,
good.
even Walmart has gluten-free bread now, right?
I would think it goes away quickly. Is that what you still do, though?
What?
If you have those intolerances, you just get the substitutes. You get almost eggs. You get lactate.
Almost eggs.
Yeah, whatever that name is.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah. So you get all the
there's-
possibilities.
You get the organic, the more.
This could be meat. We don't know. Yeah. So you get all those things.
So there's options, and often those are what's left when you go to the store.
I was just
And
curious if
There's
that's
no
still the
milk,
emergency.
but you got lactaid left. There's no bread, but we got that nasty organic gluten-free stuff.
Yeah. I always go to the store. I'm just like, I want the most gluten. Who has the most gluten? I'm at the restaurant. Jesus, it comes in gluten free. I was like, I want extra gluten. I want all my insides stuck together as much as they possibly can. I'm trying to keep it together here, y'all. So,
If you look at me, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not keeping it tight at all.
it's together.
I'm fat.
Oh, what? Juicy.
I'm the guy in that class.
Oh, dang. I would ask you to leave though.
That's a throwback to the last week's episode.
You're my boy.
You're my boy.
I'd have kept you in there, baby. Yeah.
What do you say, Coach? What do you think?
I think, you know what? I think that it's a good episode. Here's what I'm going to tell my people. Just know that when you're hearing this episode, I'm being on the real. Throw a prayer up for me. I don't know what to expect here.
That's right.
The nose thing has got me a little freaked out. I've had multiple surgeries, shoulder, umbilicus hernia, plantar fasciitis. Never was concerned. This one, I don't know. It's just got me on edge a little bit. So I'm going to work through it. I'm hoping I can be back in studio recording actively again 10 days after surgery. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how things go. Because
we mentioned this last week. We double recorded today.
Yeah.
So the two episodes you just watched and listened to were back to back in the studio because of prepping for your disappearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you're watching this. And there's Coach. You're watching him. Look at him. He looks fine, right?
I feel okay.
But he's actually home hurting.
Probably so at this point. Yeah.
Timeline-wise, because
Great
Scott! We're coming to you from the past into the future,
so
and
it's
up
2
and
days.
down.
I'm hoping when I listen to it while I'm at home feeling miserable, I'm like, we did a good show.
Yeah,
that makes me happy.
But you're gonna pull through.
Thank you.
You got this.
Yeah,
and you're gonna be happy you did it.
I think I will.
You will.
Yeah. So it's just
you will. A good old friend of mine had it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was miserable, but after he was miserable, he was amazing.
Okay.
He felt amazing.
Well, Lisha doesn't know if she can handle too much more amazement.
Can you quit slinging that nasty fly swat around?
Cannonball! Yeah!
How? No better way to end it than
I don't know how else. There it is.
MotivateWithCoachCamp.com.
SRP Studios LLC.com.
Cannonballing Life
at gmail.com.
Com. If you want to be a part of a positive space, go to Positive Voices.
That's it.
The Facebook group, link in the description. The admin is Coach Camp.
That's me.
Him.
Who knew?
He'll be the arbiter of positivity on what goes through there. And if you want to throw a nickel or two our way, $2.
Send me $2 bill.
$2 bill.
That's it.
There's a Venmo link in the description. Feel free to donate for the cause if you wish.
I hope you do.
Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
You're leaving.
Yes.
You're going on a vacation.
Yeah, we're going on vacation this weekend.
And then after that, another vacation.
Come out, sort of. Less fun.
Well, good luck to you, man.
Man, appreciate you. Holla at you guys.
See you, buddy.
Out.